In this video, I'll be outlining a few things that we wouldn't recommend you do when buying a property. The first would be to leave things to the last minute. This can cause a lot of undue stress and cause delays on settlement. So it's best to get all the documents and information to your lawyer and your bank as soon as you can, so that everything's good to go for the day of settlement. The next thing would be, we don't recommend buying a property without getting your lawyer to review everything. It's important you understand the type of property you're buying, if you can do any planned renovations, and any obligations or requirements that may be involved. And the last key piece of advice would be, don't be afraid to ask questions. Whether this is your first home or an investment property, feel free to ask us any questions along the way. We realise it can be quite a complicated and stressful process, and we're helped to alleviate any of this stress and any questions you may have.
Thank you, Luella. One other key don't I thought I'd jump in here today and stress to you. Don't mistake the bank's approval letter for finance up to, say, 1.5 million as the same thing as approval of the specific security property. What I mean by that is sometimes a bank will say you have discretion to spend 1.5 million of their money, say you're putting in 300,000 of your own to buy a $1.8 million property. If you go ahead and sign an agreement and satisfy the finance condition because your lawyer didn't point out to you that you really needed to cross the I's and dot the T's in terms of getting the bank's approval as to a specific property, you may buy a property, for example, that had an exclusion for resource consent or a building consent that was never actually tidied up, and you bought the property on an as-is whereas basis. The bank may look at that agreement and someone in the bank might go, wait a minute, there's no building consent, no CCC issued in respect of the actual property. You need to sort that out. You go to the vendor and say, I need you to sort this out because the bank won't let me buy the property until it's resolved. The vendor's going to say to you, look at special clause 23.1, which clearly states that we warranted that this consent and CCC were not applied for. It's being purchased on an as-is whereas basis, and you're stuck. You have to buy the property and the bank won't give you the money. So that's just a vivid example of something comes to mind as a really key don't. And as much as we can be painful at times, please just listen to us, take in all the detail and ask questions if you're unsure. Biggest purchase of most of our lives, and you want to get it right. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and please like, subscribe and share this video as much as you can because it would help us enormously. Cheers.